Hey everyone, Train Freak here and
Train Freak Jr.
And we are giving you a layout update today and some stuff that me and Junior worked on while working around everybody's challenges that's been around. And I plan on doing my own challenge, and I have decided that since so many of y'all participated and kind of helped get my name out there, I am going to do a video, probably 2 videos of everybody's videos of doing my challenge, and I will try to have those updated later this week. I'll do a video for the switcher contest, and then I'll do a video of those awesome unit trains. Speaking of, I do got to give kudos out to Sean, Dackman Productions. When I told you in the challenge about the unit trains, the tank trains having the buffer car, I totally forgot about 2 separate instances. One, you can have what's called a corn syrup train, and a corn syrup train does not require a buffer car because it's not hazmat. So I totally forgot that, and Sean at Dackman Productions actually participated in my challenge and did that. So the link to that video is up in the corner. But also, if I'm not mistaken, and I'd like to hear from everybody, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm wrong a lot of the time, but when Flint, Michigan had that water shortage years ago, I cannot remember if it was Union Pacific, CSX, Norfolk Southern, BNSF. There was some railroad that transported tank cars full of potable water because the Flint, Michigan water was bad. So the railroad transported water. I don't know how accurate that is. That was a rumor that I heard years ago. But if that was the case and you did a unit train of potable water, you would not also need a buffer car on it. So I did want to clarify that. But other than that, let's get to the layout update. And so that way we can show what we kind of worked on a little bit this week. So hold on and we will get right to it. Alright, so why don't I start with a project that me and Junior worked on together. Junior, get over here. So these are bill boxes that we ordered off of Micromark, and I will try to put the description in the link below. I went ahead and labeled them, so that way each pocket represents each of the different industries. And because Juicy J's got 3 tracks, of course, they get a bin for each track. Now, Junior here, what did you do with these bill boxes? You want to tell people what you did?
So, happily, I was able to assist by hard-workly screwing all these screws into all the wood so that way it would attach to the layout. So that way, when we sort them out, it just goes well.
Alright, so my plan with these bill boxes, and you can see that there's more over there, and we even did level 1 down by the shop vac and over in the corner behind Junior. There it is. When we get to the scenery portion, I will end up taking these off, and I've got some fascia that I'll put on it, but and then we'll mount them back to make them look good against the fascia. So this is just a temporary solution right now just to get them out of the way, but it also allows us to do some type of operations. So last week update was mostly laying track here. I started track here and I ran into an issue and I had to stop. Now I do have this middle one. It's in, but these other 2 are not, but I'm kind of playing with it. I've got a couple of turnouts here, this being one of them, and on this one, it was this piece of rail right here popped off, so I had to get some super glue so I could glue that back down, and you can see the same thing happen here, and I've got that clamp holding, and it's probably ready to be lifted. But those are the 2 turnouts that are going to go in this place here. I'm not going to use these code 100s. I typically like to go 89 to my Industries because it kind of represents an older track. Now I'm using hundreds here because this is kind of a heavy use area for the industrial complex. But needless to say, I'm going to use these 83 turnouts here. There'll be one here, one there. I'm probably going to put that one right there, and then this one here would go the opposite direction. I'll end up cutting the long section down shorter, so that way it'll fit in that section right there. Which, if you want an example of how I've done that, I did it to that one there. So sometimes if you cut your sections down, it's kind of equivalent to Micro Engineering's yard ladder system, so that way you can get your next turnout right up closer to it. So we've got Passmore Gas, Juicy J's, Meat Track 1. That's where that Portland Gin Company covered hoppers at. Put that back where it goes. Track 2 is the car that I just moved. And track 3 is the stock car right there, which I can get 2 40-foot stock cars, so that's pretty awesome. And the doors actually relatively line up with the 2 bays, so that's really, really nice. And then the last bin on this one is Shack-A-Sit Furniture, which is right there. And I did get the track far enough, and I did test with a 60-foot mechanical reefer. And yes, I know the furniture company is not going to have a reefer, but it was the only 60-foot box car that I had that's cataloged in the system right now to measure to make sure that if I put the door in front of the bay where the black 40-foot box car is, that I had enough room to the bumper. So this Industry here can do 2 40-footers or 150 or 160. It cannot do anything excess height. So, all right, some more bill boxes. These down here were already labeled. We just didn't have them screwed in. Now they're screwed in. This one here, I've got in, and I let that one blank for a reason, and it's mainly for this dude here. If for any reason that this guy by himself, or if he's got some cars attached and we have to kind of leave and he doesn't have the cars left, this is just kind of like a bonus bin, but it's only going to be designed just for that locomotive. So no matter where on the layout he's at, as long as it's not a specific track to an Industry, and he's maybe sitting on the runaround right here behind the clamp, or on the yard lead back there behind Morton Salt, then we've got that there. Then over here, I decided to put this one in the middle because Fresh and Funky is over there where that slip of paper is. That slip of paper represents that building. Of course, Morton Salt right there. Going down again. And we've got the Mystery Building, which would be kind of where that black case is. Gamer and Thrones right above. And then Tetanus Scrap is going to come in here. And I did go ahead and install that dude. So this will be for the industrial complex to switch across the main line that goes to staging. And he can go ahead and switch cars in and out over here. So I will not be putting in a bill box for Riceland because Riceland's going to be ran by a unit train only. So there is no storage. Whatever train is ran by that person will actually have to count, so many seconds in their head to kind of represent, the loading and the unloading of the cars. I did temporarily put this in here, but I'm probably just going to use flat cork, and so that way I can save this cork for other places. And the other good thing about using flat cork is it also allows me to lift my building up a little bit too. So the building is the same height as the track and it's not sitting lower. Sometimes you do run into issues with that, especially if you got buildings that have a dock, like here for example. If that wasn't sitting, let's see if we can get there. If that wasn't sitting flush on the cork with the track, then the door would be lower than the dock. Or I mean, the dock would be way lower than the door on that reefer car there. So, and the same goes there too. I mean, if I get the camera flat, you can see where this bay on this side here is roughly the same height as that door on that boxcar. So, one thing to keep in mind for people who are trying to do some type of modeling. But as far as the layout goes, that's really all we got done because we were busy trying to do everybody else's challenge. We did Sparky's challenge. We did the Cuz challenge, and Aaron helped out with that one. And so those were the two challenges we did this week. And then now I'm seeing more channels popping challenges up, which is really fun. I mean, this has turned out to be a really, really cool thing. So we're definitely going to be doing some more challenges this week. So other than that, that's pretty much where we're left off. I do want to say thank you to my extended supporters. I did pick up another one this past week. So Mr. Roy Eltham, thank you so much for jumping on Patreon with the other ones there. And you will see your name at the very last image at the end of this video. I also want to say thank you to the people who have purchased, my swag off of Teespring. And I do have plans on, and I've already got the design in place, of creating some Train Freak Junior swag as well. So it's going to be graffiti just like mine, but it looks a little different and the colors are a little different. And I'm also going to try to get into my Teespring listings and see if I can't try to edit some of my items, because Teespring's been giving me some issues that they won't let me edit, so I might have to go and recreate to replace some of the missed items that I have on one of my listings. And then also thank you to those who have, donated, money to my PayPal. And also, even people who, thank you to those who actually want to pay me to do work for them. I definitely don't mind doing that either. Steve 87th PSAP is a good example. He sent me some logos, and he wants me to put decoders in them for him, and I enjoy doing that type of thing. So thank you, Steve, for, your contribution. Doing that also helps this channel out as well. So, all right, well, y'all, thank you again. I wish y'all a great week. Y'all be safe out there, and happy railroading.
Bye.